Hello and welcome to another episode of Indie Miners. Ben and Alvy here, and today this is a second part of a two-part series where we look at the top tracks from Better Call Saul and Breaking Bad. Good afternoon, Al. Hope everything's all right at your end.
G'day, mate. All good, mate. Still getting over the fact you haven't seen Sopranos and give me a bit of stick for not seeing Breaking Bad, as you mentioned in the previous episode. But good to see you again.
All in good time, all in good time. So let's get into the first of 5 tracks that we have selected. So if you haven't watched the first part to this two-parter, please watch that. So there are 5 tracks that we've already had. Al, give us the first one for today.
Yeah, so this is number 6, Dancing in the Moonlight by King Harvest. Now, mate, I originally heard this song by 90s or early 2000s pop band Top Loader, and they covered it and really butchered it. It's a great song. I'm giving it a 4. Where does it fit within one of the shows?
Oh, look, I didn't even know that Top Loaded or whatever it was a cover.
That's all.
So I listened to this and I went, wow, this is actually quite good in terms of the original. Where it fits into the to the whole Breaking Bad, Better Call Saul, it's in Better Call Saul. It goes back to some Jimmy McGill's childhood memories. So it is pretty critical in the whole scheme of things. It probably doesn't sit as high as some of the other songs that have featured in both the series, but I'm giving it 3.5 out of 5. All right, so we'll get into the second one.
Yeah, Loaded for Bear. I quite like this song. I gave it a 3, mate. Where do you see it kind of landing in the shows?
Yeah, look, it didn't really land all that well. The music, I listened to the song and I actually quite enjoyed the song. So it is it's got a very much a proto garage rock, proto punk feel to it from the 60s. It is included in a fight scene in a bar. You can barely hear the song. So if you want to check it out, it's a series 3, episode 3 of Breaking Bad, and there's a fight scene with Hank. But I'm giving it a 2 out of 5, just for the reason that it wasn't all that critical in actually setting the whole scene up. So we've got a similar one. It's actually from the same episode and actually from the same bar scene. Tell us a little bit about that one.
Tush, number 8 by ZZ Top. Mate, classic band. I haven't heard anything from these guys for years. The guys with the biggest beards on the Harley Davidsons. I could see this kind of song fitting in quite well into the show, but for me, it's about a 2.5 out of 5, mate. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I love this song too. This is actually probably pre-beard. So they sort of had a 70s, 80s divide where they started growing these massively long beards. ZZ Top are really underrated. I really enjoy them. It's in the same bar scene with Hank, as I said, for the same episode. A little bit muffled. Wasn't quite critical to the whole scene. So it's very much similar to the Loaded for Bear song. But for that reason, I'm giving it a 2 out of 5. I'd give it a much higher score if I was just rating the song by itself. Okay, so 2 to go. Al, what do we have now?
Yeah, number 9, mate. It Comes Out of the Sky by Creedence Clearwater Revival. I've got to say, mate, I've never been a fan of this band. I know that they're a big band and pretty famous worldwide. I'll give it a 2 out of 5 for me, mate. I'd be interested in your thoughts here.
I actually don't mind Creedence. I think they had a lot of good songs back in the day. This one I haven't actually heard of. I reckon if it was done by another band, it could have been a hit single. So I think this Creedence actually came out with a lot of tunes that ended up being quite popular. In terms of where it's sat in the whole timeline, it does result in it's a Better Call Saul episode where Mike ends up killing some cops. I actually didn't know that, so I've sort of been trying to go through the prior episodes, and I just sort of found that, and I thought, oh wow, that's an interesting episode. Or if I've got exactly all about that one, but again, it wasn't all that critical in the whole scheme of things, and that's the reason why I'm giving it 2 out of 5. Okay, so number 5, the last song to cover off in this two-part special, or second part of the two-part special.
Thanks, mate. The last one we've got, it's more of a contemporary one we're going to finish with Niles Barkley, Who's Going to Save My Soul. I'm quite a big Niles Barkley fan, even though they've kind of faded off into the sunset. I mean, their debut album was so huge with Crazy. I'm going to give this one a 3.5. I'd be interested to see which show it kind of fits into and what scenes, because it's interesting.
This one's a classic in terms of the scene. So Who's Going to Save My Soul? So this is a Danger Mouse song as well, in terms of he collaborated with Niles Barkley on this. This is a Tuco Salamanca, or Salamanca for where I come from, scene. This is where Tuco beats this guy into an absolute pole. He kills him for actually no reason, so he sort of almost looks at him the other way. So it's actually one of the final scenes in the first season of Breaking Bad. So very, very critical, and for that reason I'm giving it 4.5 out of 5. Okay, so that wraps up our Breaking Bad Better Call Saul special. Hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time. That wraps up another episode of Indie Miners. Please look to subscribe to the channel, follow us on Twitter, and let us know if there's an album you would like us to look at. So until next time, bye for now, and thank you for watching.